With the 2023 NBA draft come and gone, there's a lot of great names that came out. You have Victor Wembanyama slapping Britney Spears like it's no business. You got guys like Cason Wallace or a Cam Whitmore, G.G. Jackson falling to the second round. You got the Thompson twins. You got Scoot Henderson, Brandon Miller. A whole bunch of great names came out. But as we do every single year, we have the final pick of the NBA draft, pick number 58, because two teams were being very naughty and caught cheating in Chris Livingston, who went to the Milwaukee Bucks. Interestingly enough, actually, the Bucks had the last guy who went 60 overall, Georgios Santiago. No, Salanciunas. I don't remember, but the Bucks always seem to pick up great guys. They have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Obviously, we all learned how to say his name. They have Marjan Beauchamp. They had Sandro Mamukelashvili before they sent him away to the San Antonio Spurs. They always seem to get fun players. Now, for Chris Livingston, he is young. So that is the bright side for him. He's 18. I think he's 19 at the time of this recording. Very young player. Normally when they go in the second round, they're like 20, 21, 22. You have more tape on them, more understanding of who they are. But for Chris Livingston, specifically out of Kentucky, he's just not really good at any one thing. And he's not a jack of all trades, master of none. He's a jack of none, master of none. He's not a great athlete, but he's got a big, strong body on him. He's got a serviceable build, 6'6", 200 pounds. He doesn't shoot the ball great, shot 30% from the three for Kentucky. Doesn't have a great free throw, which doesn't seem like it's going to improve at 72.2%. That's one of the markers that draft scouts use to determine if a guy's going to be good from the three-point line. His form is kind of ugly. It goes a little left to right, Lonzo Ballish. Obviously not as bad as Lonzo was, but when he brings the ball up, the pocket is almost in the left corner, and then he brings it up across his face and then shoots with the flat palm. The shot stroke isn't great. Not a great athlete. I don't know if I said that already, but he doesn't have great verticality to him. Doesn't have great stop-start quickness to him. Doesn't have a lot of those things that you're looking for when you're drafting a high player, which is why he went to the last pick of the draft. But there is 57 players that are before him that are not going to be good as this 69 overall nice Chris Livingston, because Chris, you're going to be a 99 overall. Now, I'm not going to give all of his stats a 99 overall, but we will be getting him up to that 99 overall department. He's going to take over Milwaukee. He's going to say Giannis who? Chris Middle to who? Giroux who? He's going up slowly, carefully. Okay, he doesn't go. The highest you can make him with 99 overall stats is a 97, which means we need to go and give him some badges as well, which is the badge button. Should we pick specific badges? Do we want him to be an acrobat? No, he's not really an acrobat. Do we want to be an aerial wizard? He's not really an aerial wizard. How about a back down punisher? We can give him some gold there. How about a bully? Oh yeah, he's a bully. And dream shake, he doesn't have that. I'm giving him bronze just so we get 99 overall. Drop stepper, not really. Fast twitch, no. Fearless finisher, sure. We'll give him gold. Giant slayer, why not? Silver. Limitless takeoff, no. Masher, no. I don't even know what that is. Postman technician, no. Posterizer, no. He can't jump that high. Pro touch, sure. We'll get that up to silver. Rise up, no. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's make that gold because he's going to be slithery. He's gonna be smooth. He's gonna be Agent 3. I don't know what that is, but we'll give gold for that. Amped, why not? He's hyped. He's pumped. Blinders, I don't know if that's good or bad. Catch and shoot. He has a little corner catch and 3 PJ Tuckerish to his game. We'll give that some gold. Claymore, don't know what that is. Clutch shooter, absolutely. Chris Livingston is the most clutch man on the planet. Comeback kid, you know, he has the intangibles. He's a corner specialist. He's a knockdown shooter. He's a deadeye. He's the best player in the history of basketball. Green machine. When he shoots, he scores. Guard up, you're damn right he's a strong defender. Limitless range, he can shoot from half court like Chef Curry. Midi magician, you already know he's a jump shooting elbow machine. Slithery off ball, I'll give him gold. Space creator, you already know. Volume shooter, Chris Livingston is going to have the ball in his hands every single day. He's going to be breaking ankles. No, he's not. He's got a terrible dribble. We'll give him bronze. Bailout? Sure. All right, badges have been set. He's not going to get Hall of Fame badges for everything. That would be unrealistic. Chris Livingston, not Giannis. But Chris Livingston is a 99 overall, and we'll just make sure that, do they have Coach Bud? No, they have Adrian Griffin. This roster I downloaded is great. Is the new starting shooting guard, and the Bucks look mean. They have Drew Holiday, who's rated at an 88 overall after an incredible last season. Chris Livingston, the 99 overall. playing 38 minutes. Chris Middleton with the K. Giannis and Brook Lopez coming back after re-signing, almost winning Defensive Player of the Year. Gonna be a fun season for the rookie. Let's see how good he actually does. And I'm not gonna force him to be a 99 forever. We're gonna start at the 99 overall right now and just kind of see where development takes us, where the simulation gods take us in 2K23. Now, I have no idea how these are MVP numbers, but in his rookie season, the 99 overall Christopher Livingston won MVP with 17 points per game. 13 rebounds is good. 12 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He was a defensive menace. He was knocked down 56 from the field, 98 from the three-point line. No, 98 from the free throw line, 44% from the three-point line. No surprises, one rookie of the year over Scoot Henderson, over Brandon Miller, Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, Jarris Walker. Cliff Paul wins 6th Man of the Year on the Warriors. I don't know if I will ever get used to seeing that. Chris Livingston wins Defensive Player of the Year. Most improved is Ebony Mobley, and Adrian Griffin does win Coach of the Year. That would have not been us, so I didn't make a mistake not putting a funny name on our GM. But Chris Livingston, all NBA first team, all defensive first team, and all rookie first team. He swept almost everything. The only thing he can't do is win the most improved player because he's already that good. Anyway, we're just going to sim through the playoffs. It doesn't matter what's actually going on here. Maybe we'll play like a game with Chris Livingston just to see how good he really is. It looks like it's going to be Bucks and Clippers interesting because, well, injuries are off, and that's really all that matters when it comes to the Clippers' success. Are injuries on or are they off? Why? Are you listening? Anyway, we're just going to hop into Simcast. Probably somewhere here, middle of the 4th. It's just a sweep. This Buck squad is too good. Actually, the game is going to be close. Ooh, are we going to clutch it out with Christopher Livingston? I am all in on that. We'll go to about 2 minutes, 45 seconds left. See how good is the number 58 pick in the NBA. Is he even playing? He's number 23. It was meant to be a rhyming accidentally. And he gets the ball being picked up by PG-13. Dribbles, steps, pumps back, step back from the hash. Shot. Miss. Oh, well. I forgot, I always play on Hall of Fame. You're not allowed to have fun. Kawhi Leonard, dribbling, being picked up by Chris Middleton. Good defensive matchup there. We are playing defense, off ball. I know, boring. Ivica Zubac is there, and he's getting fouled, and he misses. And we got to make sure not to blow this game because I am more than capable of losing a game we're winning stupidly by doing stupid things like step back, hash distance threes. But we are going to watch the Chris Livingston, not Chris Middleton, to Giannis screener roll. I'm hyped. Come on. Come on, Giannis. Come on, Greek Freak. Give your brother some help. And here we go. Set the screen. He doesn't know what he's doing with his damn life. Come on, Giannis. I know we haven't played 2K in literally forever, but we got to go, and we got to roll. And Giannis puts it up with the assist going to number 23, Christopher Livingston. We're doing the double crossover. Oh, he's got him shook. He's got him leaning. He's dribbling around. Now he's being picked up by the claw. Claw, snaw, doesn't matter. Giannis, Chris Livingston, throw it up, and nothing. This is what I do. This is why we lose. Russ gonna get that shit blocked. And Giannis. I mean, Giannis is Giannis. Y'all already know. But Chris Livingston, one cross, going baseline. Who's he got? Russell Westbrook on him? I'm taking it. I'm taking it myself. I got my own rebound. I'm pump faking. I'm shooting. I'm passing. I'm getting blocked. I'm ice cold. Shit. Kawhi Leonard, Ivica Zubac, screen, roll, midi, open, bang. We need this one, and it's got to go to our man, Chris Tougher Livingston. Before the defense is set, go baseline. Chris Middleton, get out of my goddamn way. What is wrong with all of you players? You're just standing around doing damn nothing. Screen, set, I'm taking it. I don't care. 99 overall, finger roll, misses. We didn't make a single shot with Chris bleeping Livingston. Oh. That did not go well. Bring the ball out. Giannis set me a good goddamn screen. And let's go to work. Oh, PG just dodged that. But I go around. Chris Livingston, posterized, hit the and one. And he takes a commanding lead. Close out game. We're up 3-1 thanks to Chris Livingston. About to hit the free throw, son. And it is a 4-point deficit for the Clippers as Chris Livingston does what he do best, which is pick Paul George. Oh, look at that. Oh, come on. You got to give me that. And now Zubac gets a free 2 points. Oh, how dumb is that? It's because the 2K defense broke. They thought we had the ball, and they were like, oh, I'm gone, coach. Chris, come get the ball, please. Thank you. Are we going to break down PG right here? Little cross, little hezzy, going around, throws it down. Chris Livingston, best player in the NBA, averaged 18 points a game. Wow. Wow, PG, don't do us like that. You're just gonna pull up from 30 in the clutch? You're not Dame time. Dame does that in your face. Anyway, Chris Livingston, 100% for the free throw line. MVP, likely finals MVP. Chris Livingston is a beast, and this Bucks squad is gonna go on to win their second championship in the Giannis era. Looks like they put in Kenyon Martin Jr. just to say that is all she wrote. Let's see if I can steal a rebound here, and I cannot. Chris Livingston, 3, 2, 1, fading, 3, last second. Ugh. Well, Chris Livingston game is unacceptable, boring, but we did win a championship in 4-1 gentlemen sweeping fashion as the Milwaukee Bucks in Chris's rookie season win the finals on their home court, no less. That is respectable. Grayson Allen, everybody's favorite player, Brook Lopez, Pat Connaughton, Wes Matthews, and let's look at the decision. No, the celebration. That's the word I'm looking for. I know words. I have the best words.
Congratulations to the whole organization, and of course, this incredible team. This Larry O'Brien trophy, and I believe this suitcase are yours.
And there's Adrian Griffin, first-year head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, hoisting the trophy. Now, who is going to be the NBA Finals MVP? It's none other than your boy, Christopher Livingston, number 23 for the Milwaukee Bucks. Look at this man sky. Look at this man fly. The most valuable draft pick in the history of basketball. You thought Nikola Jokic was a steal. How about pick number 58? All right, I don't want to see this. How did he do? He scored 33, 8, and 7. What a beast. Chris Livingston, best player in the NBA. He has stolen the mantle from Nikola Jokic as he wins Finals MVP. 20 points, finally. 11.8 rebounds, 11.6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Pretty good rookie campaign from Chris Livingston, if we're being completely honest. Cliff Paul says, I can't handle this. Kyle Lowry's gone as well. ISO Joe didn't even know he was still in the NBA. As Cliff Paul is going into the Hall of Fame, getting his jersey retired. So is Kyle Lowry. So is Blake Griffin, who's, I think, already retired. I don't know how to remove rules altogether, so we're just going to be stuck sitting through this screen. I apologize, but we'll be simming through free agency, and let's see what player regression looks like for the number 58 pick. I'm hoping that he goes for like a million years. Here he is, Chris Livingston, went up 30 overall. As you remember, he was a 69 overall, nice, but now he's 18 years old, already the best player in the NBA. Who is he, Luka Doncic? We'll see what this Bucks squad looks like. I saw they had Giannis. I didn't look at the other players because, frankly, I couldn't be bothered. But the 9-man rotation gonna look something like this. Drew Holiday, Chris Livingston, Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez. Looks like they kept the core together, brought in Malik Beasley. Preseason power rankings for Chris Livingston. The Bucks are first and first. Chris Livingston once again wins MVP 2012 and 10 this time around. Mel Wright wins Rookie of the Year. Sixth man is Anthony Simons, and Chris Livingston once again wins Defensive Player of the Year. Most improved is Derek Lively. Coach of the Year is Mark Daignault, and some guy who cares wins Executive of the Year. Chris Livingston is the best player in the NBA, which is certainly respectable, as he's on both the All-Defense and All-NBA first team, and will be simming right through the playoffs. What I did not do, actually, is look through the statistics of the season. The league leaders scoring went to Stephanie Curry. Chris Livingston, you saw, only scored 20 points per game, behind guys like Giannis, behind guys like Chris Middleton maybe, but Chris Livingston 29th in points. But the rebounds, for a guard, he's third. And some of these are not like the other. Center, Evan Mobley. As for assisting, he is, where are you, sir? 6th. Steals, he is 4th. Blocks, for a guy who's 6'6", pretty impressive. Where are you? Chris Livingston, 13th. And then his shooting splits are great, 57, 48, and 99. I mean, you can't do better than that. I wish the stats were a little more profound. You were like, oh my God, is he Michael Jordan Jr.? He's not, unfortunately. And it looks like LeBron James at age 47 is going to the NBA Finals to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Battle of the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's. Unfortunately, only one team has the best player in the NBA, and that is Chris Livingston. Once again, not winning Finals MVP. Giannis steals it. Giannis also a 99 overall, apparently. Good for him. Player retirements, Braun says, yeah, forget that. I've been to 11 finals and only won 4 or 5. I don't remember how many. He and Dwight going to the Hall of Fame, apparently. Gonna get their jersey retired as well. Chris Livingston still on the team, 19 years old, 99 overall. Giannis, 98 overall. Drew Holiday playing up to a 90. Brook Lopez, 87. Chris Middleton is holding at an 86, which is impressive. And Bobby Portis here as well. Chris Boucher, Malik Beasley, Marjon Beauchamp hasn't developed all that well. Most of the core is together. I fully expect this Milwaukee Bucks squad, as it says they get eliminated from the Summer League, to continue to dominate the NBA. They've already won 2 finals in the in a row. Can they win 3? Third MVP in a row, 24-14, 13-2, and 2. Perfect splits. Rookie of the year doesn't matter. Sixth man doesn't matter. But defensive player of the year, once again, 24, 14, and 13. What a great player. And we also won executive of the year. Apparently, my name is Doc Rivers, also known as Chris Livingston. What a name, what a year, what a career. I forgot I'm cooking tea. Hold on. All NBA first team, all defensive first team. Everybody is doing great because Chris Livingston is in the NBA, and we'll just be simulating through. The Bucks continue to roll, but they are almost eliminated, and they somehow make it back 2 Game 7s in a row now to take on the Houston Rockets. And we won't even bother. Who is he taking on? Jalen Green. Probably going to punk that poor man for trying to hump Josh Christopher. Weird. Today's generation. I don't know how you describe that video other than ook and oof and but we are going to Game 7, Milwaukee Bucks and the Houston Rockets, and it looks like it's a close one. I will be more than happy to jump in with a 99 overall, steadily improving Josh Christopher. Nope, Chris Livingston. God, words, names. Let's see what is happening, and it looks like the Rockets have the ball, but they are down by 8. Let's close and clutch this one out. Ooh, got him shook. Got him leaning. Chris Livingston takes it to the rack. Got Jabari Smith looking doofy. And it's a 10-point game. I know it's Game 7, but we're probably going to win this. The best I can do is try to steal the ball from Kyrie Irving, which I can't. Fred VanVleet open for 3 splash. We have to play hard. Oh, no, it's only a 7-point game. I know it's Game 7, and they're going to try, and they're going to play the foul game. And I don't know why this fucking game is stupid. And it's like, oh, are you trying to skip the cutscene? I think this means you want to pass the ball right at the other team. Yes? Let's see if we can do some spicy here. Can do some whoop, 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 whoop. Spinning, stepping back, hand in his face, fading, miss. I can't do anything fun with Chris Livingston ever. All I get is the occasional transition dunk. It's fine. As the Milwaukee Bucks go on to complete the three-peat, the first time seeing this side of the Los Angeles Lakers, Chris Livingston steals NBA Finals back from Giannis as he wins his 2nd. Russ retiring, DeMar DeRozan retiring, Hall of Fame inductees is Russell Westbrook, jersey retirements is Russell Westbrook, and league meetings, we need to make sure that all of these are rejected because I simply cannot be asked to fix the rules. Now, if I remember correctly, Chris Livingston has maybe 1 more year left on his contract. We'll take a quick peek. Well, look, he has 1 year left at age 20, $2 million, and then he's eligible for a super duper extreme, oh my God, how are you going to earn this kind of money contract? And Giannis, 98 overall, Drew Holiday still here, Chris Middleton. Nobody seems to be regressing. I'm not really sure. Maybe 2K did one of those hidden updates where the players don't regress anymore, because normally the Bucks are already bad by year 3 or year 4. They're still rocking and rolling, but we're gonna watch the Chris Livingston experience yet again. Bucks first team in the NBA twice in a row. Eric Boner agrees with me. Chris Livingston wins another MVP, 24-14 and 11-2-2, 54-98-44. He also wins Defensive Player of the Year, and he also wins Executive of the Year. Best team in the NBA yet again. Chris Livingston on the All NBA and All Defensive first teams. Christopher Livingston is balling it out. Looking at the league leaders, where does he rank in points? The NBA is broken, so he's scoring 24 points a game and leading the NBA. The NBA is dumb. Leading the league in rebounds, not leading the league in assists. Interestingly enough, I don't know what to do after like 4 years of simulation, but the 2K just breaks after a couple years. So that's why those 20-year rebuilds for 2K just never really take off, because the NBA always goes in weird places. And by the way, the Miami Heat, yet again, Jimmy Butler's age 37 season, are back in the NBA Finals. What? And he wins at age 37. If this was real life, holy crap, Jimmy Butler just beat Damian Lillard in the NBA Finals, and he should go out on top. It looks like Brook Lopez is going to go out on top. So is Stephanie Curry, Draymond Green, Corey Joseph. I mean, some of those guys are going out on top. Hall of Fame inductees is Wardell Stephen Curry, and he's going to get his jersey retired alongside Draymond Green. We actually lost. Chris Livingston lost for the first time in the history of the NBA. Well, since he got drafted at least, which is a surprise, and now he's up for a contract. We will have to see if the Milwaukee Bucks sign him, which sometimes the CPU doesn't do because contracts are broken, because automation in this game is broken. Going to be interesting, and it looks like we have a few days left. I'm just buying time, killing time really, until this lets me play and press buttons, and here we go. Giannis still here, Chris Livingston still here. Overalls are weird. I don't know what it is about this roster. I downloaded, but it seems like they favor the Bucks. And Guys like Kristaps Porzingis are 90 overall, so that's just not realistic. Luka Doncic wins MVP over our man Christopher Livingston. Where did he end up? Where did he rank? Points department? Did he get hurt? I did turn injuries on, but that's interesting. Tommy Cross wins Rookie of the Year. Kristaps Porzingis, 6th Man of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, Chris Livingston had to have gotten hurt. He's not on any of these rosters. Here he is. He's feeling sluggish, and look at this contract, only earning $30 million. I don't know how the Bucks pulled that off, but he made the All-NBA first team. He made the All-Defensive nothing. So this was a really down year for Chris. I wonder what happened. Can we look at the stats and see what happened? What's going on? Why is he not playing up to his peak and his caliber? Looking at the points per game. So he only played 59 games. That's what happened. Can I look at injury history? How do I do things? Here, we'll check it out. Injury history. He broke his nose and he missed 29 days. Bro, just wear a mask. Look at Kyrie Irving. All right, well, Chris Livingston did not get the awards that he should have because he got punched in the face for pointing guns at people. You know, it's just what superstars do in the NBA. And it looks like the Milwaukee Bucks almost get 3-1, but eventually they move on to the finals to rematch against the Clippers. And we're just going to simulate straight through this as Chris Livingston wins his 4th NBA Finals, taking revenge now that the Miami Heat have been ousted. And Kevin Durant back on the Warriors is retiring. Jimmy Buckets on the Kings is retiring. Dennis Schroeder, Klay Thompson, Frank the Tank, Kevin Durant, and Jimmy Buckets going to the Hall of Fame. Jersey retirements as well. How's this team looking? Giannis still holding at a 99. Chris Livingston still at a 99, 22 years old. Drew Holiday, age 38 season, down to an 89. Chris Middleton seems to be holding up. I don't know what it is about these overalls, but okay. You do what you do. Vasily Mijic made his way to the team. Giannis wins MVP. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Defensive Player of the Year is Giannis as well. Coach of the Year, though, is still Chris Livingston. Did he end up on any of these teams? What is it about his stats? They just don't like him in today's NBA. Did he get hurt again? What happened to my man, Chris Livingston? Number 58 overall pick, 99 overall. Injuries, games played. You look at the games played, once again, he only played 52 games. What did he get hurt with this year, my friend? You're like a superstar. Stop getting hurt and play some damn basketball. Broke his nose again? No, he didn't. That screen is broken. Why does it exist? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Chris Livingston, still a baller. Bucks, still the number 1 seed in the NBA. Giannis and Chris Livingston making the lethal duo once again, going to the NBA Finals once again against the LA Clippers. I don't know what is this. This is a weird 10-year, 50-year, 20-year simulation, but Chris Livingston doesn't win MVP, but he does win NBA Finals MVP, 25, 13, and 13 respectively. So that is what, like 5 in a row. At this point, Drew Holiday says, I have seen enough. Only an 89 overall. He did not regress as much as he should have. I don't know what it is about these overalls, but everybody is playing out of their freaking minds. Rudy Gobert is retiring. He's an 83 overall. Hall of Fame inductees is James, Dame, and PG-13. Gonna get their jerseys retired respectively. Take a quick look at the team. The pieces are starting to fall away. Chris Middleton is gone. Drew Holiday is gone. It's 2 99 overalls side by side, mano y mano. But after that, it's Bobby Portis and then a whole bunch of nobodies. Mo Wagner, Josh Okogie, PJ Washington, Aaron Nesmith, Jordan Poole, who's apparently a nobody at this point. Wow, this Buck squad is not long for being great. As you can see, they've been eliminated yet again. Auto drafting the rookies. Maybe there's going to be some new CPU generated players that are going to be studs. As we look at the power rankings, the Bucks are now 3rd to the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics, and 3rd for Eric Boner as well. Cruising on through, Chris Livingston had his best statistical year, but he had to be selfish. 31 points a game, 14 rebounds, 10 assists. So the assists are down, the scoring is way up. As Defensive Player of the Year once again is Chris Livingston. Looks like he had a full season. He also won Executive of the Year. Finally, it's been a while. Giannis only on the All-NBA 2nd team, as there's a lot of good players right now in the NBA. John Morant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, apparently on the Raptors. But Chris Livingston returning to form. We'll take a quick peek at these stats. We don't need to see him every season, but just to get a good perspective, Chris Livingston, 99 overall, is the only player so far who is averaging 30 points per game, leading the league in rebounds at 6'6", not leading the league in assists. He is 11th, but damn good for him. Blocks, nowhere near Chet Holmgren, but he is leading the league in steals ahead of Cason Wallace. So you got to give the man credit where credit is due. Once again, simulating right through the playoffs. We'll see what he does in yet another year where the Milwaukee Bucks are the number 1 seed and they get eliminated by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Raptors in the finals, and the Raptors go on to win their 2nd championship, led by SGA. Player retirements: Brad Beal, Tim Hardaway Jr., Yusuf Nurkic, campaign, Marcus Smart. And it looks like nobody's going to the Hall of Fame because this menu that we're looking at is completely empty. I realized how to turn off the rule changes, so we don't need to look at that damn screen anymore as we're going right on through to player progression, going right through free agency. We'll see what the Bucks do, hopefully to get over the hump this next season because they made it to the finals for the Eastern Conference, but they did not make it to the NBA Finals. Giannis, how is your contract looking, good sir? You are, I'm pressing buttons and nothing's coming up. Where's your contract? So he's in the final year of his deal, $49 million, and he's going to get the last contract probably for his career. Chris Livingston in that second last year. The last year is bugged out because why not? And then Bobby Portis, Rui Hachimura, and a whole bunch of nobodies. Dalen Warwick might be an okay rookie that they picked up last season. Other than that, not really great looking at the rest of the team. But hey, you never know when you got a 9-9 overall, when you got Christopher Bleepin Livingston. How good are these Milwaukee Bucks going to be? Once again, winning MVP 32, 14, and 11 with unreal statistics. Still, Chris Jameson, Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year is not Chris Livingston. How dare you? You have less blocks, you have less steals. How dare you? Does he win Executive of the Year? Nothing. Chris Livingston is only an MVP. It's because he's hurt. Hyperextended left shoulder, gone 46 weeks. Well, that's fair, all right? I understand. He doesn't even make the all-defensive teams. It's like they're sleeping on how good Christopher freaking Livingston is. But he did win MVP, so you got to give credit where credit is due. Go to 7 again, but they're back in the finals taking on who? None other than the freaking Clippers, man. Luka, Oscar Thompson, Nikola Jokic. What? How did they get Joker and Luka Doncic on the same team at the same time? And it looks like this might be the first finals, I want to say, that the Bucks have lost. Luka Doncic wins finals MVP to Chris Livingston even play. He gave you 14, 14, and 12. What is this? You stink. 9-9 overall. You're more like a 69 overall, loser. Kawhi Leonard is retiring. Made his way back to the Raptors. Hall of Fame inductees is Kawhi and Kyrie. Good question. Is Kyrie Irving a Hall of Famer? He hit the Game 7 shot. Consistent all-star when he plays. Possible all-NBA player when he plays. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer right now. If you just said project his career the next few years, I don't think he makes it because there's just so much turmoil that goes on around him and you have to overcome that, and he's just not there. He's that tier below superstar. Chris Livingston, Giannis still 99 overalls. Bobby Portis and Rui Hachimura still on the team. Nothing fun is happening. And we are just continuing on through the year 2031. Another MVP campaign for Chris Livingston, 29, 11, and 10. Ruben Wagner, 6th Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year is Chris Livingston, and Executive of the Year is also Chris Livingston. Best player in the NBA, best executive of the NBA. He's doing the Bill Russell thing where he's a head coach and he's a player, and he just does everything for this Milwaukee Bucks squad. Looking at not player stats. I don't care about player stats. I care about league stats. Who's leading the league in the NBA? It is Paolo Banchero. It is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but more importantly, it is my man Chris Livingston playing all 82 games. What a beast. Rebounds, 2nd. Assists, 5th. Steals, 2nd. Blocks, not ideal, like 7th or 8th. It's fine. Chris Livingston is a GOAT. He's a god. He's already won so many finals. He did lose last year, though, so he's not like Michael Jordan, 6-0 in the finals with 6 NBA Finals MVP, and he got eliminated by Tyrese Halliburton and the Knicks versus Jason Tatum and the Mavericks, as the Mavericks go on to win. So another year of Chris Livingston losing. Wow, Giannis is gone. 99 overall. I almost want to override that. Who's a 99 overall at age 37 and says, I've had enough? But it looks like Giannis is that dude. Zach LaVine and Pascal Siakam also going into the Hall of Fame, going to get their jersey retired by their respective teams. Apparently, Spicy P is going to get his jersey retired by the Clippers, which feels a little funny. And now it's solely Chris Livingston's team. Does he have what it takes to carry them over the top, win a championship without being supported by a whole bunch of really talented players? What moves have the Bucks make? That is going to be interesting. And it looks like G.G. Jackson is a 92 overall. Same draft class as Christopher Livingston, Bobby Portis, Rui Hachimura. This might be good enough to compete. I don't think they're going to win a championship, though. They just need a little more star talent, and it doesn't look like G.G. Jackson is that dude. He's certainly a good player, don't get me wrong, but we'll take a good look at these power rankings where the Bucks are 5th for 2K Sports and 5th for Eric Boner as well. Another MVP campaign, 27, 10, and 11. Great splits. Only 1.6 blocks for Chris Livingston. I wonder if he doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year, which he does. Does he win Executive of the Year, which he does? And he's also got a leg stress fracture, gone for the season. Really? Really? Well, he's not going to win a championship this year, so we'll just go ahead and simply throw everything. Tough break, tough end as the Milwaukee Bucks for the second time now in their franchise history get one-aided, and it looks like the Chicago Bulls led by Joel Embiid go on to win NBA Finals. That hurts. That's not what I was looking forward to. Anthony Davis is retiring. Hall of Fame inductees is AD and Joel Embiid. He's going out on top. Wins the NBA Finals and says enough is enough. And the Pelicans and the Lakers, I don't think the Pelicans are going to retire Anthony Davis's number. No offense, but he didn't really give them that much. He was great for them, don't get me wrong, but he didn't win them a championship. Didn't really have a lot of playoff success. Left them kind of high and dry when he asked for a trade out. Franchises don't really like that yet. In today's NBA player movement, everybody seems to do that. Chris Livingston still hurt. Gigi Jackson, Bobby Portis, looks like they picked up some guy named Anders Enqvist and Jamie Gregory. Is Anders in our draft? No, he's not. He's just a nobody. And Rui Hachimura is still here. So is Max Christie from the LA Lakers. Another MVP campaign for Chris Livingston, 24-11, but only 9 assists. What happened, Chris? Are you old? Are you trash? Does he win Defensive Player of the Year? Yes, he does. And does he win Executive of the Year? Yes, he does. As Chris Livingston and the Bucks yet again roll one of the best teams in the NBA. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the league leaders. See where he ranks. Anthony Edwards leading the NBA in scoring, 27, because I don't know, the NBA is broken. Gigi Jackson, heck of a player, 25 for him, 24 for Chris. Rebounds, Chris Livingston is second to Noah Clowney. Really? He was drafted. I think I recognize that name. Chris Livingston, 7th in assists. Steals, he's 2nd/3. Blocks, he is nowhere. He's just too damn short. It's fine. 16th, good enough is good enough. Let's see if these Bucks can advance, go far in the playoffs, as they do, taking on Dariq Whitehead and the Grizzlies, and they lose. Second NBA Finals not in a row, but that he has lost. Chris Livingston's shine and luster is disappearing. Bobby Portis says, I've had enough. So has Karl Anthony Towns, age 38. So has the MVP, Nikola Jokic. Hall of Fame inductees is Joker, Towns, and Donovan Mitchell at age 37. And we're starting to get into it now. We're about 10 years into this. Bobby Portis is going to get his jersey retired because everybody loves Bobby. Chris Livingston, ever since Giannis departed, has struggled to find success. He is a good co-star in Gigi Jackson, but they can't seem to put the pieces together. Maybe the Bucks will figure out a way to put the right pieces around them. They need a point guard. They need a big, but they got 2 great wing players. They're kind of like the Celtics are right now. A little bit different as far as skill sets are concerned. Gigi is 6'9". Chris Livingston 6. Yeah, they're the Celtics. They brought in Naz Reid at age 34, which is not ideal. And this team is just not very good. I can't imagine a scenario where they're going to go far in the playoffs again. I feel like they're going to be a great regular season team. I feel like Livingston is going to win all those normal regular season awards, and then they get booted in the second round. 2K Power Rankings have them 3rd, and Eric Boner has them 3rd as well. Livingston wins another MVP. Incredible year from him. He also wins Defensive Player of the Year, and he wins Executive of the Year. 9-9 overall, best player in the NBA. Nobody can even stand a chance. Gigi Jackson did make it to the second team, and of course, all defensive first team. We'll take a quick peek at the stats. League leader in scoring went to Chris Livingston. Rebounds is Chris Livingston, and assists is one behind LaMelo Ball, Chris Livingston. And that just makes a lot of sense. When you get a guy who's a 99 overall, you boost him up to be basically the next closest thing to God. This is what's going to happen. And he's taking on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's now in the Warriors because he was on the Raptors last time. And this time, Chris Livingston gets the benefit as he returns to the finals, wins finals MVP alongside his co-star, his mean, menacing Gigi Jackson team, as DeMontis Sabonis and Zach LaVine go into the Hall of Fame. Gonna get their jersey retired. No, it's only Jamal Murray. If I'm the Bulls, I'd probably retire Zach LaVine, not from anything he's done personally, but just because of how long he was with the franchise, how loyal he stayed through the downs. And it's like they've had ups, but there's been downs, and you got to give credit where credit is due to a player who probably should have gone to a different franchise, but he didn't out of loyalty. Everybody's going down in overalls except for our guys, Chris Livingston, Gigi Jackson, 29 years old, 90s, 99, 92, great team. looking to defend the championship here in the year 2034 season, and we might start to see some regression soon because these guys are starting to hit their 30s, as the Bucks are second for 2K Sports and second for Eric Boner as well. Another MVP, but only single-digit assists yet again, 25, 12, and 9. And he wins Defense Player of the Year, and he wins Executive of the Year. Chris Livingston is everything to this Milwaukee Bucks squad, as he does make both defensive first teams. Let's take a look at team stats this time. We haven't done that. Team stats this time. We haven't done that. Team stats this time. We haven't done that. Lead the league in scoring is the Bulls. Bucks fall to third, and defensively, the Bucks are the second best team in the NBA, giving them 11.8 point differential, number 1 in the NBA. Look at percentages, 9th. 3-point percentages, 7th, and free throw percentages, they are 4th. So overall, top 5 team in almost every statistical category, had the best player in the NBA. They should be winning a championship every single year, which they kind of almost do, as they're once again back in the finals. He is averaging 33 points a game right now, and they lose to Cade Cunningham at age 34. Wow. Okay, that happened. Brandon Ingram retired. Okay, Jason Tatum retired. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of information to absorb. Look at all these Hall of Fame inductees. And the jersey retirements is Jason Tatum, and then Jason Tatum, and then Devin Booker, and then Devin Booker. Wow, I'm kind of blown away by what just happened. A lot of the superstars that we know and love as young up-and-coming players are gone. We lost in the NBA Finals. I say we, plural, because Chris Livingston lost. It's all his fault. You know, like when LeBron James loses, the best player is disappointing, and Gigi Jackson got hurt. That's why they lost. Okay, easy enough to understand. There's no other 80s on the team because I'm sure Chris Livingston is earning $8 million and Gigi Jackson is earning $7 million, and there's no money left for this Bucks squad to do anything. Let's take a quick peek at those contracts. Ooh, $53 million, but the final year of his deal. He might be going someone in his age 32 season. GG, he's locked in until age 34. The rest of the team, not good. Chris Livingston once again wins MVP. The assists and blocks are down. I'm starting to think maybe his athleticism or his vision is waning, but he does win Defensive Player of the Year, so it's not a bad season. He doesn't win Executive of the Year. Maybe Chris Livingston is trash. Age 31 season, it looks like he resigned as well, but are the Bucks? Here they are. Yeah, they're in the playoffs. I don't know what's going on. They just decided to start simulating on me because 2K is the greatest game ever made in the history of basketball. Looking at this league leader in scoring, it is Scoot Henderson. Chris Livingston second. Gigi Jackson third, but Gigi is hurt. And then a whole bunch of creative players that we don't know nothing about. Rebounds goes to Evan Mobley. Chris Livingston second. Assist goes to LaMelo Ball. Chris Livingston way down here at 13th. Kind of an interesting stat line that he put up, but he did win MVP, and he might win Finals MVP. Went to Game 7, went back to the Finals, now to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. And who's on this Thunder squad? Ja Morant, 94 overall, 37 years old. And that's kind of it. Anthony Black didn't make anything out of himself. Michael Griffith looks okay, 89 overall, but that's really about it. As we go ahead and see, he loses again. Ja Morant, NBA Finals MVP. I think the first time in his career. Tyrese Maxey retires. So does Keegan Murray and Chris Murray. They're both retiring at the same damn time. Now, I believe Chris Livingston signed a super duper max, so he's locked in for the next 5 years. 47. He's gonna earn $60 million in the year 2039, but we're starting to get down to it. Starting to reach the age of progression. You can see his physicality is down to an A-, which is the only stat that's down. So that's fine, I guess. Not everybody's going to be a great athlete at age 37 like LeBron James is. As we go on to the next season, and we'll take a quick peek at the defending losing champions. That was the wrong button. I wanted to see power rankings because the Bucks are first, and they're first. Another MVP on his belt, 29, 12, and 9. Defensive Player of the Year. Yes, it is Executive of the Year. No, Matthew Ash is an ash hole. But of course, he's going to be on the All-NBA and All Defensive First teams respectively. But how are the Bucks looking? They're the second seed. Oh no, are the Bucks not the dominant team in the NBA any longer? It looks like the Brooklyn Nets, with a bunch of 90s on their team, a lot of high overall players, have overtaken the 51 and 31 6 games back second seed Milwaukee Bucks. I think that's the first time in this whole video where the Bucks weren't the 1 seed. They go to 7, and then they get eliminated by who? None other than the Miami Heat here in the Eastern Conference Finals. I feel like the Heat and the Bucks are just going to have rivalries for the rest of their careers, for the rest of their franchise histories. It's one of the few rivalries that actually exist. Luka Doncic is retiring age 39, so is Trae Young, Tyrese Halliburton, Kobe White, Jonathan Kuminga. Hall of Fame inductees is Luka, Ja, Trae, and Tyrese Halliburton. Jersey retirements is everybody. Just enjoy all those teams that they were on, played great for, won some championships, didn't win some championships. Looking at the player progression, Chris Livingston is regressing down to a B in the physicality departments, but because of his overalls, he's still just cooking, hot, spicy. Other than that, still a 99 overall. Might not be the best player in the NBA for much longer. We're in the year 2037. So he came in as a rookie as the best player in the NBA, and now he's starting to reach the age of regression. How far is he going to fall before he retires? How hard is regression going to hit him? Those are the questions we're going to be answering as we come up at the 2037 season. Is that good? Am I like a news announcer who's like, tune in at 11 for Chris Livingston's career simulation? Another MVP campaign, 25-9 and 7-2 and 1.2, and Defensive Player of the Year, and Executive of the Year. Chris Livingston does it all. Let's take a look at I guess the league leaders is going to be a good barometer for where we are. Maxwell Lewis is leading the NBA in scoring at 85 overall at 35 years old. Okay, that's interesting. Chris Livingston is here at 4th. Rebounds, he's nowhere near the top. And assists, he's nowhere near the top either. So Chris Livingston is not doing great statistically like he was before, where he was leading every single category like a Nikola Jokic. But he's going right back to the NBA Finals, taking on Nick Smith Jr. And I guarantee, looking at 87 overall, they win as they do in 7. Chris Livingston, yet another NBA Finals MVP under his belt. The dude is romping and rolling. Darius Garland retires. Tyler Hero, James Wiseman, Zion Williamson is retiring. Hall of Fame inductees is Zion, Darius Garland, and Scott Barnes. Jersey retirements is Zion, Jalen Green, Jalen Williams, and Darius Garland Sr. Player progression, it looks like there's still a whole bunch of bad players on this team, but it doesn't seem to matter. Going around the league, there's a lot more depth, but there's not a lot of high 90 overalls. Is this Andrew Wiggins Jr.? That's great. I love it. Everything about this makes me happy. Junior Monroe looks like he may be trying to get up into the 99 overalls. A lot of 80s, couple of 90s. Yeah, I think we're not doing too bad as far as overalls are concerned. It's just that Chris Livingston is such a good player because he's such a good player that he's going to be continuing on through the mid to late 30s of his career. Looking at the preseason power rankings, the Bucks are first and first again. Chris Livingston wins yet another MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and doesn't win Executive of the Year because Cody Toole is a tool. And he got hurt, broken nose, 4 to 6 weeks, so he's still playing, but he's a 97 overall. Interesting. The Bucks are once again the 2nd seed because the Brooklyn Nets are really good. We'll take a look at the team stats. As offensively, the Bucks are now not doing great. 13th offensively. Defensively, looks like they're masterpieces, though. First, giving them a 9.4 point differential, number 2 in the NBA, behind the Brooklyn Nets. Well, the Nets are the rivals. We'll see how these playoffs play out. I guess so. As the Bucks go once again back to the finals, GG Jackson, 30 points a game, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, taking on the Nuggets. Chris Livingston still playing 98 overall. That's kind of weird to see that he's not a 99 overall. They're just going to romp and roll over this team. Nuggets have nobody good. Bucks win yet again. Chris Livingston, yet another NBA Finals MVP. Player retirements, LaMelo Ball says, I'm done. I'm hanging up the cleats. Paulo Banchero, Jaden Ivey, Jabari Smith. We're starting to get to it. We are on Chris Livingston retirement watch because last year's the Paulo Banchero year. So hypothetically, if everything falls through like it did with the last players, Chris Livingston retires this next season. I don't think he will just because of how highly rated he is, but it's starting to say, okay, who's going to retire? Who's going to be replacing? Chris Livingston down to a 93. Wow, I didn't see that, but regression is hitting him hard. He's playing up to a 95 with morale. GG Jackson down to a 91, and then nobody else on the team is good. Interesting. So like I said, Chris Livingston, last pick in the NBA draft for the 2023 NBA season. Retirement watch starts now. They did win another championship. They are the 2nd team in power rankings, including Eric Boner, but we will see. Maybe this is Chris Livingston's last season. Eric Watson wins MVP. Okay, 25, 11, and 3 for him. Patrick Stevens, Rookie of the Year, 6th man. Chris Livingston still wins Defensive Player of the Year, 26, 10, and 8. How is that not as good as Eric Watson? Statistically, every category he's better than rebounds. I don't know. Executive of the Year is Cody Toole because he is a tool. Chris Livingston, broken right leg, 4 to 6 weeks. Oh, that hurts. I was actually gonna hop in and play with Chris Livingston in the playoffs. This might be the last year that he's actually playing, but unfortunately, they're taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Chris Livingston is hurt, and we're just gonna be simulating through the playoffs because we don't care about the Bucks. We care about Christopher freaking Livingston, and it looks like Manuel Garcia and Junior Monroe, a whole bunch of creative characters, are playing now in the finals. Is Chris Livingston gone? Not yet. Jalen Hood-Schifino is gone. Bryce Sensabaugh, but no Christopher Livingston just yet. So we got another year of a possible NBA championship. Anthony Edwards, Alvarez Şengün, Josh Kademate, and Clifford Stevens, creative character, are all retiring, going into the Hall of Fame, gonna get their jerseys retired. Ants by the Celtics, Josh Giddey by the Pacers, and Alpi by the Pacers too. That's weird. That's weird, right? That's they're not on the Pacers. They were drafted by the Pacers. That's weird. Player regression at this point, not progression. Chris Livingston still has 3 years left on his deal, and he's going to be earning a whole lot of money. $57 million in age 37. Gigi Jackson, same thing, $50 million. And they brought in Bradley Arnold for a pretty team-friendly contract. 86 overall, 33-year-old center. There's a lot of size. They don't have a point guard, but they don't really need it because Chris Livingston has done great at facilitating for this team. He's obviously done good at everything for the team, but that'll be good to have a finally third star on this team for the first time in what feels like forever. It's been him and Gigi Jackson, him and Giannis, him and that's really it. Preseason power rankings though, the Bucks are only 7th for 2K Sports and 7th for Eric Boner as well. Does these change at all? They don't change. They're the same. Why is there an option to have 2 different power rankings if they're literally the same all the time? 2K? Excuse me. Eric Watson wins his 2nd MVP in a row over my guy, Chris Livingston. How dare you, sir? Looks like Chris Livingston got hurt again or something. He didn't win Defensive Player of the Year. He didn't win Executive of the Year. Chris Livingston got hurt. That's why. Severe left ankle sprain, gone 1 to 2 weeks. But hey, he did make the All-NBA and All-Defensive first teams respectively, but he's going to be missing the first round of the finals. Hopefully, Gigi Jackson can carry them as they lose. Okay, well, there you go. That was fun. We were going to enjoy, and then we didn't because this is 2K23. Rex Vincent, 88 overall, wins NBA Finals MVP. Looking at the player retirement, still looking for our guy, Chris Livingston. Have you ever heard of him? I didn't before the NBA draft. Kentucky, teammates with Cason Wallace, Brandon Miller, Victor Wembanyama, fellow classmates, and Cade Cunningham going to the Hall of Fame. Gonna get their jersey retired. So is Keontae George and Noah Clowney. And Brandon Miller going to the Spurs, gonna get his jersey retired. That is interesting. I don't see Brandon Miller ever ending up on the Spurs just because of him in general, his persona, and the way that the San Antonio Spurs team is. Looking at player regression, Gigi Jackson, 87. Chris Livingston is now no longer the highest rated player on his team or tied. But they did bring in an 81 overall small forward in Dan Mayo. Okay. Continuing on the Chris Livingston retirement watch, we know he's injury prone at this point. We know that he's continuing to get worse and worse statistically, but he's still a good player. And we'll see what this team is able to do in some of the final years of the Chris Livingston era because he is leaving. He's been with Milwaukee his entire career, which is pretty rare. Doesn't always happen with NBA players. Happened with Giannis, happened with guys like Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki. But other than that, there's not too many times that a player is going to stick around for their entire 20-year career as we enter the 2041/2042 NBA season. Rashid Kent now wins MVP. Speaking about those Spurs, 95 overall. Brooke Quinn, Rookie of the Year. Rashid Kent, Defensive Player of the Year. And Executive of the Year is not us. Gigi Jackson does make the All-NBA first team. Chris Livingston does make the All-NBA third team. And he does make the All-Defensive first team. So some of the production is still there. He's a really good player, but he's not that dude anymore. We'll take a look at the player stats and just kind of see how these guys are doing. Gigi Jackson, 22. Chris Livingston, 17 points a game, 7.8 rebounds, 5.9 assists. Again, in the 80s, 37 years old. He's starting to drop off, and he's dropping off pretty hard. But hey, the Bucks are the #1 seed in the NBA, so you got to give some credit where credit is due as they once again get eliminated by those pesky Raptors, and then the Raptors lose to the Nets. And we have a Nets-Nuggets finals as Manuel Garcia wins NBA Finals MVP. Once again, what's his name? Not Gigi Jackson. Christopher Stevens retirement watch. I'm not seeing him yet. He's got a lot of money left on that deal, but other classmates of his, Scoot Henderson, Dariq Whitehead, Taylor Hendricks, even before him, guys after him are starting to retire. but we still don't have a definitive answer. Will Chris Livingston continue to play into his late 40s? Is he going to try to go the Vince Carter route where he never retires? It doesn't matter how good he is. Is he going to go the LeBron route where he joins another team? He has 1 year left on his deal, $57 million, 82 overall. This year's not going to be good for them, at least as the Bucks are concerned, but they did win like 1 million championships, so that's okay. Desmond Burks wins MVP. Defensive Player of the Year is Rashid Kent, and we don't win anything. Chris Livingston, are you on these All-NBA teams? GG Jackson made it. Chris Livingston did not. Did he make the defensive second team? He doesn't. Chris Livingston completely on his way out. The Bucks did make the 4 seed, but how are we looking in the statistical department? Highest player in points per game, Chris Livingston, did not do great. 15, which is respectable, but he's an 83 overall, 6-5. He's just old, man. He's reached that point. It's time to see if Chris Livingston is going to retire. The Bucks do make it out of the first round, and then they get eliminated in the second round as Trey Oliver and Clyde Erickson are going with a Lakers-Celtics finals. The Celtics do prevail. What? Chris Livingston still does not retire, so we got to keep that in mind as we're looking at contracts, because that means his contract is up. He's likely a high 70s, I want to say, probably a 79. 39 years old, not going to be asking for a lot of money. Does he stick around for one more season? And he does not. So he's going the Vince Carter route. What team would Chris Livingston join? Here's 1 year deal, $20 million for the Pelicans. I don't like that for him, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. Get your money while you can. $20 million is nothing to sniff at. If I had $20 million, I'd be a happy man. But he is the second shooting guard, so he'll be coming off the bench, getting like 10 minutes a night. Not really what you want to see from a guy who is probably the GOAT as far as this NBA is concerned. He has the championship, he has the finals MVPs, he has the regular season MVPs, he has the defensive player of the years, he has the scoring titles. He has done everything. Now he just needs to say, I want to get as much money as I can before I go on my merry way. Rashid Kent MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rashid Kent. We don't win anything. Is my man Livingston anywhere? He is not, he is not, and he is not. So the Pelicans, did they even make the playoffs? They didn't. We'll go ahead and see what kind of season he had. I'm going to say he averaged like 5 points a game. What else? He averaged 4 assists. That'd be my best guess. Oh, he was okay. 12, 5, and 5 in 21 minutes. Played 79 games. Honestly, that's pretty good for a guy who's not even in the 80s. He's an 80 overall, playing up with Morale, originally a 79 overall. Didn't make the playoffs for whatever reason. The Bucks are going back to the finals and they win. Lloyd Hardaway apparently is the best player in the NBA. Got to give respect where respect is due. And here we have it, age 39 season, 1 year with the Pelicans. Chris Livingston hangs up the cleats. He has had enough. Mirko Petrovic is gone. A whole bunch of creative players after him. He stayed a little longer than you expected with some of the other classmates retiring early. But Chris Livingston and his co-star, GG Jackson, are retiring at the same time. Games played, Chris Livingston. Points per game, Chris Livingston. Rebounds per game, definitely Chris Livingston. And assists, 100% Chris Livingston. He was a triple-double machine. Steals, the blocks went down. He won 15 MVPs. I mean, come on. 17 All-Stars, 15 Defensive Player of the Year candidates. Didn't win the 6th man because he was so good he never came off the bench. 8 NBA champions with 7 NBA Finals MVPs. Giannis did win that one. All-NBA first team, he made it 17 times. All-NBA second team, he made it 1 time. All-NBA third team, he made it 1 time. Defensive Player of the Year, 17-time winner. Or no, all defensive first team 17 times. Defensive Player of the Year 15 times. And he did, of course, win Rookie of the Year and was on the all-rookie first team. I don't know why they'd have this kind of like, are you on the first team or the second team? That's dumb. It is time to hang it up. Gonna get his jersey retired. So is the co-star GG Jackson. And we'll take a peek at some of these awards, records, see how this man did in the annals of history. We'll look at the career records. So LeBron James led the league in scoring. He's still number 1, but Chris Livingston finished 2nd, just behind King James. I bet you if he played another year, he would have surpassed, but he said, you know what? I've done more than enough in my career. GG Jackson finished 9th. Not too bad. Was that Giannis that I saw? Am I crazy? Where's Giannis? Where are you, Giannis? 24th. All right, I'm crazy. Looking at field goals made, Chris Livingston was 4th, no surprises. 3-pointers made, he is the best shooting player in the history of basketball. Better than Paula, better than Steph, better than Brandon Miller and Jalen Green. Chris Livingston is number 1. Free throws, 13th. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Rebounds, as a guard, he finished 3rd along the likes of Wilt and Bill Russell and Kareem and Evan Mobley. He is a shooting guard and he is 3rd in rebounds. Assists, I mean, nobody's going to pass John Stockton. Trae Young came really freaking close. If he played one more year, he would have. And Chris Livingston probably had a few more years to go, but 3rd is respectable. Blocks, he probably did okay. 16th for a guard. Ain't all that bad. And steals, he was 2nd to John Stockton. Man, he came close, but John Stockton is built different. Minutes, whatever, he's 3rd. Turnovers, he's 2nd. All right, that's fine. Points per game, he was never that high. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere on this list. Whatever. Look at percentages. It's fine. 3-point percentages. He might be here. He was a 99 overall, the greatest shooting 3-pointer or 3-point shooter in the history of basketball as far as makes are concerned. It looks like he's not even in the top 50, which is sad. Chris Murray is. Donovan Mitchell, Victor Wembanyama is. Our man 99 overall, Chris Livingston, is not, which is fair. Free throw percentages, ooh, I guarantee you he's on this list. I don't see him, I don't know, but he did play the most games in the history of basketball. 7 up on Evan Mobley and 21 up on Robert Parrish, the only guy who actually played real minutes compared to the rest. 3rd in fouls, which is fine. 40-point games. He was 6th. Wow, not bad. 85 40-point games for Chris Livingston. I was not expecting that. 50-point games. He's not going to get a lot because simulation doesn't really often have guys scoring in the 50s unless your name is Luka Doncic. So he only had 6 games where he scored in the 50s. Triple doubles. He is number 1 by a mile. Wow, 568. He was a triple double machine. He almost doubled up Nikola Jokic and he doubled up the real player Russell Westbrook. And that is going to do it for Chris Livingston. Can I view anything else on Chris? I mean, he broke out in the league. Wasn't impressive, but he was, if you know what I mean. 17 points is good, but then 12 and 12 is lethal. And then 20s, he was in the mid 20s. And then I think this is when Giannis retired, scored in the 30s, high 20s, had a down year, then back to the high 20s with Gigi Jackson. And then regression hit him pretty hard in the final 3 years, down from 27 to 23 to 17 to 15 to 12, which is, I mean, it happens. He's down to a 79 overall. I don't know what these skill graphs are. Tendencies don't matter. Badges don't matter. But 15-time MVP. Career high was a 52-point game. Field goals made was 19. 3-pointers was 11. That's actually not bad. Free throws, rebounds. He had a 26 rebound game and a 22 assist game. Chris Livingston was a beast. 9 steals, 7 blocks. Wow. Yeah, all in all, Chris Livingston had one hell of a career. What do they have to say? Impressive outing last night for Chris. You're not going to say anything about this man retiring. He's literally the GOAT. He's better than Jordan, better than Bron. He's like if LeBron James and Michael Jordan had a baby. That's going to do it for this one. Chris Livingston, the 99 overall final pick in the 2023 NBA draft. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.